Anyone, please be seated. He's going to appear in person.
Okay.
Online. Oh, that's what she means by that. I thought she meant you could be here in person.
It's actually Jonathan.
Okay. All right, good evening, everybody. This is the 8 o'clock calendar, January 26th, 2025. The court orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. When I call your name, come behind the podium and give me your name and date of birth. When I talk about your release conditions, I'm not going to mention all of them, but they'll be on your paperwork. I will tell you all of you will have at least a condition: no drugs without a valid prescription and not to drive without a valid prescription. If I set a secured appearance bond on you, you can go to a bondsman. My understanding is they collect calls. Some of the laws have a list of the bonding companies. If you can't find it, you can ask one of the officers to give you that information. Okay. All right. Strawbridge, Hunter Strawbridge.
Hunter Strawberries, 2695.
All right, sir, you are charged with one count of murder in the second degree and one count of aggravated assault, that's class 1 misdemeanor, and aggravated assault, a class 3 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. How come it's not bolded on the court date? See what I mean? It's not bold. Okay. Anyway, sir, your next court date, you'll have a status conference on January 31st at 8:30. At this point, a witness preliminary hearing is set for February 4th at 8:30. Your lawyer will explain to you what I mean. It's at this time it's scheduled. You can't go back to the scene of the alleged crime, initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims or the representatives, and can't initiate contact with any alleged complainant. Witnesses can't possess any weapons, can't consume any alcohol. All right. If you are able to post bond, they'll be wearing an ankle bracelet, and you'll be in a curfew. You can only leave home during hours approved by the pretrial services officer. The officer will give you a packet in regard to that. Bond is set in the amount of a cash bond of $1 million. Step to your left, please. Ivari Gooden.
Good afternoon, sir.
Your name and date of birth, please.
Avery Shamar Gooden, 2003, August 31st.
All right, sir, I'm appointing a lawyer for you also. You are charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. It's actually, they got that wrong. I got to change it. It's class 3 felony. So. Okay. Anyway, you're charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, class 3 felony, 1 count of aggravated assault on an officer, class 5 felony, and 1 count of unlawful discharge of a firearm in city limits, class 6 felony, and resisting arrest, class 6 felony. I did find extraordinary circumstances to allow you to be here past the 24 hours because it's my understanding you were, because your injuries occurred during the incident and you were at the hospital and you had, among other things. So I'll allow that. I also note that the threats you've made in terms of what might happen in the future. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll have your status conference on January 31st at 8:30. At this point, a preliminary hearing is set for February 4th at 8:30. That's at 175 West Madison Street, Phoenix. No weapons. And if you post the bond, you'll also have an ankle bracelet with a curfew. You can only leave during hours as set forth by the pretrial services. If you remove it, it'll be a felony, and it'll be a cash bond of $100,000. Step to your left, please. To your left. Marcus Rivera. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Marcus Rivera, 4888.
All right, sir, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. In this one, you're charged with 1 count of transportation and or sale of dangerous drugs, class 2 felony, being prohibited possession of a weapon, class 4 felony, carrying a weapon in commission of felony offense, that's class 6 felony, and carrying a deadly weapon, failing to admit, class 1 misdemeanor. I did not show that there'd been any lab tests or anything, nothing to identify sufficient to identify the drugs. So in regard to the dangerous drug charge, I don't find probable cause. Does not mean you're not going to be charged with it. It just means at this point I'm not considering it. All right. As I said, I appointed a lawyer for you. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on January 31st at 8:30 and a witness preliminary hearing on February 4th at 8:30. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Your bond is a secured appearance bond amount of $25,000. Step to your left, please. Arresta Young. Arresta Young. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Oreste Young, my birthday is 11/8/82.
Okay, so you're charged with an arrest warrant for 2 counts of aggravated DUI based on suspension or revocation for DUI, class 4 felony, appointing a lawyer for you. You're not to possess any weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Your next court date will be January 31st at 8:30 and a witness preliminary hearing February 4th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street. Another judge was asked the bond be set in the amount of $50,000 based on your past history. In fact, you just got off probation in that other state and all your prior DUIs. But I'm going to reduce it to $20,000 security appearance bond. Okay. All right, step to your left, please.
Your Honor,
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to state that, that I didn't know that I had
I know that. I'm aware of that. I'm saying another judge made it based on certain other factors, want that much higher amount. I thought that was too high, so I set it at 20. All right, so step to your left, please. Okay, next one up is Zora Caranta. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Zora Caranta, 8/25/1967.
Okay, then. Let's go over one thing with you. Okay, ma'am, you're here because a bond surrender has been sought by your bond company in your case involving the charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession and 2 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia. That's class 4 and 2 class 6s. The court has already determined whether or not you're appointed to a court-appointed attorney, so I won't make that finding again. And so your next court date will be January 31st at 8:30 for a status conference and a preliminary hearing on February 4th at 2:25 at 8:30 in the morning. I'm reinstating the previous bond of $3,000.
Sir, can I ask a question? Can I get out on pretrial release or
No.
something?
See,
I can't.
Your bonding company surrendered you,
I know,
and so that's not
that's not an option.
I know. Let's put it this way: it's not a good indicator that a person would be
But-
reliable and show up for court. I'm just telling you, I only have that limited information.
Well, I have other court dates.
Okay. Well, then, if you're in custody and you're in custody in there, they'll transport you or let your lawyer know about it. All right. Step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Daniel Lopez.
Daniel
Okay.
Lopez, 0409-1984.
All right, you got 2 matters. One is a bench warrant out of Superior Court on possession of narcotic drugs, class 4, and class 6 possession of drug paraphernalia. You already have a lawyer. You'll be at 175 West Madison at 8:30 on January 31st for a status conference and a witness preliminary hearing on February 4th. You already have an attorney on that, and your judge said bond amount of $2,500. Now you have a new case, another one, an arrest warrant. And I know you hadn't appeared in court on it, for 2 counts of aggravated DUI. These are alleged to have occurred in February of 2024, by the way. 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia. Now, that other court had set bond for you in the amount of $2,500. I'm reducing it to $1,000 security appearance bond. So you add them all together and you'll be able to get out, but make sure you make all your court dates. Same court dates, January 31st and February 4th. All right, step to your left, please. Ian Spencer. Okay, so your name and date of birth, please.
Ian Spencer, 10/13/95.
Okay, you got a probation violation, warrant. You're on probation for possession, drug paraphernalia. Your alleged to have violated terms 1 and 3. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll have your probation revocation arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson on January 31st at 8:30 in the morning. And obviously, if you get out, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Can't possess any weapons, can't possess or consume any alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. Another judge has already set bond for you in the amount of $250. All right, security appearance bond. Okay, so you get out, make sure you contact your probation officer. All right, step to your left, please. Laura Baune, B-A-U-N-E. Your name and date of birth, please.
Laura Jane Bonnie, 5/20/1986.
Okay, you got 2 warrants,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Both out of San Marcos Justice Court.
Mm-hmm.
One is for assault, and the other one is for criminal trespass. And on both of them, apparently, you were supposed to do counseling or classes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I had the warrants, all right? What I've done is I've reduced your bonds in regard to both of them. So one was they wanted to be $250, and the other one, they asked for another $250. They wanted a $500 bond. And one of them, the court noted, was your 9th warrant. So, I mean, I'm going to post a set of bond, a security appearance bond, of $50 each. So it's a total of $100.
Okay.
You haven't made that judge very happy. So I suggest you start working on it real quickly. Get those counseling and the classes done, okay? You don't have to say anything. I'm just telling you, in your best interest, start moving on that, or else, they'll keep you longer than you really want to.
Okay.
Good. Step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Tony Santos.
Hi, Tony Santos, 8/12/78.
78, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sounded a whole lot different. I thought you said 38, and you don't look that old. Okay. So you got a probation violation warrant on a class 6 felony, I guess, possession of drug paraphernalia. You're led to have violated terms 3 and 5. I'll appoint a lawyer for you. Your revocation arraignment hearing will be February 3rd at 8:30, 201 West Jefferson. If you get out, obviously contact your probation officer, 72 hours. Same thing, no weapons, no alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. Another judge has set bond for you in the amount of $250, security appearance bond. If you get out, make sure you contact your probation officer and come to court. All right? All right. Step to your left, please.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, let's go over the reasons for the house calls, because we have 3, at least 2 of them, because we, have those 3 FOJs. All right. Shelby Allman. What? She wouldn't come to court? Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll come to her then. She's got 3 matters. All 3 are probation violations. She can appoint a lawyer for her in all 3. On all of them, she'll have a probation revocation arraignment hearing on February 3rd at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. She alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. In regard to CR 2021-138873, bond is set in the amount of $50. On all of them, she can't possess any weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. She has to contact her probation officer within 72 hours. Those things apply to all 3. In CR 2023-138270, another probation violation matter, bond is set in the amount of $250. And finally, in 2022-030256, on probation on another class 6, and another judge said bond amount of $1,000. Once again, the same alleged violations, terms 3 and 5. Okay. List, and Zachary Priest, what was that a house call? Medical.
Your
Yeah,
Honor,
no, hold on one second.
here on that matter.
I know, 1 second, I know that, I'm saying, what was the medical reason? He shot.
What's that? Just like a big gash.
Big gash on his head, and so he's in medical? Okay, so he can't be brought here because of the wound?
He can't talk.
Yeah, oh, he can't talk.
Brain injury, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, now a couple things. Now the state can announce, please.
Good evening, Your Honor. Ashley Stepson on behalf of the state.
Okay. You said you wanted to appear actually on number 20. I think you actually wanted to appear on number 19.
Oh, that might be it. I just saw number 20 and I didn't realize initially that he had a fugitive of justice.
Okay. Well, on number 20, it's a fugitive of justice. Since he's not here, what we do is that I'm going to reset this for February 3rd at 1:30 p.m. We'll see probably Commissioner Spencer in regard to that. And I just want to mention, he shall have no contact with the alleged victims or victims. Okay, so. In the meantime, since we're just resetting it, it'll be held with a bond at this time. Now, number 19, and by the way, he's on probation for the following things, just so we put it on the record. And attempted kidnapping, first-degree felony, aggravated burglary, first-degree felony, aggravated assault, third-degree felony. This is out of the Utah in the Provo District Court. Domestic violence, presence of a child with injury, weapon, or death, class 3 felony, and retaliation against a witness, victim, or informant, third-degree felony. They are asking for it to be held non-bondable, but it's not a probation violation, so I would have to have said bond if he wanted to give him that option.
Your Honor, pursuant to Court Rule 7.2,
Yeah, that's only number 19 now.
Okay.
Okay. Tell you what, I think I have to. Okay, number 19. I know it's the state's position, and please correct me if I'm wrong in regard to this. He's charged with stalking, a class 3 felony, because that's a fear of imminent death, not fear of safety. Fear of death, imminent death. That's a class 3 felony. Kidnapping, a class 3 felony. Possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, and interference with judicial proceedings, class 1 misdemeanor. One thing I just do want the state's input in regard to it, but give me 1 second on that. Where's the kidnapping?
Thank you.
Your Honor, I do believe, based on the Form 4, that there wasn't the intent to kidnap. If Your Honor would look to the items that were located by Glendale Police Department, there were, let me pull up the Form 4.
Yeah, I know they have a whole bunch of items in regard to that, but he's charged with kidnapping, not attempted, number 1. All right. I will tell you this. I do find probable cause in regard to the stalking charge and possession of weapon by a prohibited person. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you wanted to say?
No, Your Honor. I apologize. Are you holding him non-bondable on this one based
Yes.
on his?
No, I haven't got, I just want to know if you had any comments in regard to facts or anything like that. I'm appointing a lawyer for him. His next, and I have to add, even though it's FOJ, I guess we still need a hearing. Court dates will be January 31st, 8:30, and witness from the hearing on February 4th. And he can't have any contact with the alleged victim or any complainant or witness. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs. And I find, because part of the warrant, I found out he was out on release for felonies in Utah. So pursuant to Rule 7.2B, he will be held without bond because I do find probable cause in regard to stalking and the prohibited possessor charge. So, anything else in the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. I think that leaves us with Shelby Allman. Why is she a house call?
She refused to come into court.
She's what?
She refused to come into court.
Okay. I didn't do her case yet, did I? No. Okay. Did I do it?
No, you didn't do her case.
Oh, okay. I didn't. What? So I have to do 10, 11, and 12, and then 13, 16, right? But we haven't done her, Ashley Allman. Okay, she's got 3 probation violations. And I think I already said it on the record, though, didn't I? I thought so.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's bring Mr. Martin back.
Good evening, sir.
All right, once again, give me your name and date of birth.
020586.
Okay, as I said, the other 2 matters, Justice Court matters, were taken care of at 5 o'clock on this calendar. And so I wanted to see what we had. I already indicated the date of birth was the same and other facts. And so I just wanted to verify certain other things to see if it jived. Okay. The Sheriff's Department has done some checking in regard to it, found out it's the same fingerprints and the SID numbers are the same. So based on the information I have right now,
I've never been arrested. I was never arrested there.
well,
They never got my fingerprints. I've never been to jail in Texas, sir,
Well-
never.
well, let's put it this way. Oh, I think I understand what you're saying, because before I thought you were saying it was,
I've never been arrested. I never got
Okay,
fingerprinted,
okay,
never
let
seen
me
a
explain
judge.
something to you also.
Yes, sir.
I have a feeling I know what's going down now. Okay, that's why. Now I misunderstood you before. I thought you were saying you weren't the same person, because you said you were.
Yeah, no, I
Danny-
wasn't.
Danny-
I never went to jail or anything. I never
No,
was
no,
charged.
let me finish.
That wasn't me.
Let me finish this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, and I assume Texas is the same. Like, I'll just give you what happens in Arizona. When a person is indicted, it's a closed proceeding, and the person won't necessarily do it. You were indicted in Texas.
I was never indicted, sir.
How do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know that?
Because I never seen a judge. I never was arrested. I never got a notice or anything.
Sir,
Yes,
listen
sir.
to me. Until it's served upon you, it's secret. That's the way indictments work. So you have an indictment against you that was filed on June 16th, 2023.
I haven't even lived out there.
Okay, I'm just telling you, that's when the indictment is. I don't know necessarily have the date in which it's alleged to have occurred. All right. So let's go back to the situation right now. You were given a laminated sheet.
I
Did
didn't
you read
really
it?
understand it.
Do you understand it?
Not really. Can you explain it to me?
Well, no. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset it for another court date. It will be February 3rd. At 1:30, you'll see another judge. Go over your rights again. Give you a chance to think about it, and you can talk to anyone you want to. I'm trying to find out about this case, but I've already told you.
Do I have a bond set?
What? Actually, yeah, it's going. I'll be right back with you. Let me just want to double check one thing. Well, with one issue here, sir, Harris, according to the information here, Harris County doesn't even accept out-of-state bonds. Okay? But it's not gonna be an issue.
I mean, I could set it right now. If I could figure out the amount, I could get it done right
Would be
now.
$100,000 cash.
$100,000 cash? So
Yeah.
so it has to be cash? Can't be 10% or
No,
anything?
be cash.
Can I call a Bill's bond to get
It
this?
could be cash,
Has to be cash?
yes. Okay, so I'm gonna reset it for, February 3rd.
So what are my options?
Well, okay, let's go. If you want to, I'll go over it again. Go over it for you. Make sure you understand it. Okay. A warrant's been issued by the state of Texas.
Wow.
Okay. The state wants you back on the warrant. Okay.
Ain't no killer, ain't no.
You have a choice to
murderer.
make at this time. You can either decide to give up your right to an extradition hearing, be sent back to Texas within 30 days, or you can demand an extradition hearing, and a governor's warrant would have to be signed by the governors of both Arizona and Texas before you can go back to Texas. If you decide to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you'd be held non-bondable in Maricopa County for a period of 30 days to allow time for Texas to come for you. Now, that 30 days would not begin as long as you have any criminal charges against you in Arizona, which you do have. If you do have criminal charges pending against you in Arizona, the 30 days would not begin until those charges are resolved. If you decide to have an extradition hearing, I'll set your hearing at a date, like I mentioned before already, February 3rd, you'll see another judge, okay? And that'll be at 201 West Jefferson. I cannot appoint a lawyer to represent you because extradition matters are civil in nature, but you have the right to hire a lawyer at your expense if you decide to do so. You are entitled to bond, which in this case, which I mentioned would be $100,000 cash. If you're unable to post your bond, you'd be held in custody during that time until another judge modifies your bond. Okay, a governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you to Texas. That could take up to 90 days. Do you know what you'd like to do?
Okay, so, quick question. So the hearing that you're saying is gonna be on February 3rd?
Well, it's not a hearing. You'll be seeing another judge.
Okay,
Well,
but
it's not
what does that mean? Will
It just means,
will I have an opportunity to be released?
well, you could always ask the judge to see if he or she will modify the bond.
Can you modify it?
I'm not going to. This is the bond I'm setting. Because right now, I think Texas would rather have you held to no bond.
Can I explain? Can I have the floor to say anything?
Can you what?
Can I have the floor to say something?
Go ahead.
So, I have a kid on the way. I just started a job with Intel.
Well,
being
sir,
a-
that's the
being a
least of your troubles.
I'm not
There's
just, I've
charges
been,
in
I've been
Texas.
paying all my fines and everything with my tickets, and I'm willing to pay my
Sir,
tickets right
The
now.
issue is not necessarily so much between you and Arizona, though you do have a couple of charges in regard to that.
I'm taking care of it. Like, I can pay it right now.
Okay, but your biggest problem is based on charges is between you and Texas.
I haven't even seen the judge. I ain't been fingerprinted.
Sir,
I don't even know how to
I've already
fingerprint.
explained that
It's
to you.
fraud.
It's an indictment.
It's fraud, though. It's
Okay.
fraud. How they gonna indict me and I didn't commit a crime? It's
Well,
fraud.
Well, sir, I'm just gonna set this for February 3rd at 1:30. All right, step to your right, please. Left, I mean. Step to your left, please.
Come on, we'll bring you your paperwork.
That wasn't the paperwork, that was, for the hospital.
Did it show different? Okay. Rosa, is that everything?
We need one more,
Which one?
number 13.
13?
Yeah, that's another extra.
Oh, Mr. Chavis. Yeah. George Chavis.
This way it's on camera.
By the way, what's that, number,
The last two are the house.
yeah, hold on, number 20, remember, I gotta change that, by the way. Let me just look at it. I'm changing it on Mr. Priest, because it's not, I'm changing it to, $100,000 cash. Okay,
Given that the controller will use,
hold on a second, I'm just doing.
so for number 9,
Use non-banking.
as I'm calling you to create an identity.
Yeah.
Okay, I clicked one now.
And there's the other one, I don't know why it wasn't bold, remember?
I know, it's okay. Hold on.
Is Mr. Chavis here? Okay, okay.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Okay, well, I'm the same, we do all the fugitive justice cases last, that's why. We do all the fugitive justice cases last, if they take longer.
Okay.
Yours is an even different situation from the other two folks.
I can't,
Yeah, yours is a little bit different from the other two, and I'll explain to you why. First of all, give me your name and date of birth, please.
my name is George Timothy Chavis III. My birthday is 4/1/83.
Okay.
I'm kind of having trouble of hearing you a little bit.
All right, can you give a headphone? At the end of the day, my voice isn't very strong.
I know.
Let's try the headphones. Oh, sorry, I'll give it to you. The officer will do it. How's that, better? Better?
Yes, better.
Okay, so still let me know if you can't hear anything, okay?
All right.
All right. All right, sir, you've got a warrant from the Fulton County, Georgia, on a probation violation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you read that laminated sheet?
Can he bring it to me real quick?
Sure, if he has it.
It's like right there on the chair right there, because I have a couple of questions I want to ask you, because I could.
That's fine, but he needs a laminated sheet.
He had it, he read it.
He
No,
still has to
I'm
look
saying
at
I
it
have
again.
a couple of questions to
Yeah.
ask him.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, sir, because I'm gonna go over stuff with you, but if you have a set of questions first, let's go there.
What part you gonna go from the?
I didn't go over all of it, so just tell me what you have a question about.
The question I had was, where it said, the Arizona governor has 90 days from the date of your arrest to ensure.
Well, it starts tomorrow. Both, the governors of both Arizona and Georgia would have to sign it before you can be sent back. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Like, you saying that you guys have to sign it?
Both states have to sign it.
Okay.
That's if you want to have a hearing. Okay, so let me go over everything with you. Maybe that can answer your question, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay. A warrant, and I have to read a lot of stuff to you, so just bear in mind. A warrant for your arrest has been issued by the state of Georgia. That state wants you back on this warrant. You've read the paperwork, but you have a couple questions. If you still have questions, I'm going to just reset it to another court date where you'll be seeing another judge, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And if after I'm done, if you have any questions, please let me know, okay? As I said earlier, you have the warrant from the state of Georgia. You have a choice to make at this time unless you're unsure. You can choose to give up your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to Georgia within 30 days, or you can demand an extradition hearing and a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both Arizona and Georgia before you're sent back to the state of Georgia. If you decide to give up your right to an extradition hearing, you'll be held non-bondable in Maricopa County for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for Georgia to come for you. They've already indicated they want to extradite you. That 30 days would start tomorrow, as long as you don't have any criminal charges pending against you anywhere in Arizona. If you do have criminal charges pending against you in Arizona, the 30-day period will not start until those charges are resolved. If you decide to have an extradition hearing, I'll set a hearing for you you'll see a judge again on February 3rd at 1:30. And another judge will go over everything with you again. I cannot appoint a lawyer to represent you because extradition hearings matters are civil in nature, but you have a right to hire a lawyer at your own expense if you decide to do so. You are not entitled to bond either way because the arrest warrant is for a probation violation. A governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you to Georgia. That process could take up to 90 days. Does that help understanding things?
Yeah, so if they don't come in 90 days,
You're out.
so if they don't, say for instance, if you guys sign the paperwork and then Georgia signs the paperwork in 30 days, and if they don't come,
No. If they're supposed to sign it, if you want to have an extradition hearing, they have up to 90 days. If you want to give up, because you have a right to contest the extradition. If you don't want to contest the extradition, they have up to 30 days to get you.
and if they don't come in at 30,
You're out.
so I can say right now, all right, 30 days, give up my rights for 30 days, and if they don't come in 30 days, if they don't come by next,
Starting tomorrow, unless you have local charges, anywhere in Arizona.
do I have any local charges?
I'm not aware of anything. You would know better than I do. Oh,
Oh, okay. So I just want to get a clear understanding. If if I say, okay, man, the 30 days, Georgia to come get me, right?
right.
They don't come get me in the 30 days,
They have up to 30 days to come get you if you waive your right to an extradition hearing.
and if they don't come in them 30 days,
They have up to 30 days.
they have up to 30 days. So they
They have
can,
to 30 days.
huh?
So they have 29, they have 30 days, not 31 or 32.
All right. So if they don't come in them 30 days, they got to let me go.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
but if I waive my rights for 90 days,
You're not waiving your right for 90 days. That's when you're asking for a hearing, you're not giving up your right to a hearing. Then they have to, come to you within 90 days, and the governors of both states have to sign the warrant.
I'm just like this, to tell you the truth, Your Honor. You know, Judge, this is not a really no big deal, you know.
Well, that's between you and Georgia.
I know, that's what I'm trying
You know,
to,
I don't know anything
I'm
else about
letting you know, this is not no big deal, and I didn't murder nobody, I didn't do anything like that. I just missed a court date, you know what I'm saying? So I'll just want to just give up my rights to let them come get me.
Okay, so I got to ask you a bunch of questions, okay?
All right,
And make sure you understand them all.
all right.
Okay. I understand this time you do want to sign the waiver of extradition. I need to ask you some questions to make a record of the proceedings. You have read the waiver of extradition paperwork?
Mhm.
Yeah, say yes?
Yes, I have one more question before I
Sure.
do this. Because I just want to make sure that I'm coherent on what you're saying. If I say to go on with this process, they have 30 days to come get me. But if I don't do that, I will be here for 90 days,
Up to 90 days, yes.
up to 90 days. And if they don't come up in them 90 days, they still will release me. But I'm just like this. In Atlanta, it's really not no big deal. I'd just rather go ahead and waive out my 30 days, stay here for 30 days. If they don't come, if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I still win.
Okay. Now, do you understand you do not have to sign the paperwork?
Huh?
Do you understand you don't have to sign the paperwork waiving the extradition?
It's fine with
Do
me.
you understand that?
I understand that.
Do you understand you have a right to have an extradition hearing?
What do you mean by that?
You have a right to have the extradition hearing. Everybody said about the 90-day thing? You have a right to contest the extradition,
So I have a right to be like, nah, I don't want to do it.
and yet they have up to 90 days.
All right.
Now, do you understand you have the right to an extradition hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand you have a right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to demand the governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you're returned?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you do not have the right to bond because it's a probation violation?
Of course.
Okay. And do you want to give up those rights and sign the paperwork?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you, promised you, or
No,
at
sir.
all to get you to sign this paperwork?
No, sir.
Have you used any drugs, alcohol, or any medicine in the last 24 hours that would affect your ability to understand these proceedings.
No, sir.
All right, I find you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily are signing the waiver. I'm also signing it. I'm directing the sheriff's office to notify Georgia that you're ready to return. They'll have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up unless there are local charges pending. If there are local charges pending, 30 days will not start until the conclusion of that case.
And I have another question.
Sure.
Do I have any charges in Arizona?
I don't see anything. You can ask the officers to show anything. Oh, he's right here.
Yeah. Can you check and see, do I have any pending charges? He said that you could.
Well, no, he can tell you whether there are any holds against you.
Do I have any holds?
No, no hold right now.
Yeah.
Okay. You should know better than anyone else is looking for.
I do know better because I don't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
you
I
answer
just
the
want to
question.
make sure that.
All we can tell you is that you don't have any holds. Okay? That's all I can tell you, all right?
All right.
All right, so let me just tell you this.
I'm ready to get this over with. Judge Pro, right?
Well, it just means, well, pro tem, that means I'm retired, I come back to do work, okay?
So if they don't come in them 90 days,
Yeah.
I mean, the 30 days.
Sir, I can only answer that the same way 14 times.
I'll just not.
Okay, if you get out, by the way, you have to contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
That's fine.
No weapons, no drugs without prescription, and no alcohol,
Okay.
okay? Other things. Okay, sir, now step over there.
Do I take this with me?
Yeah.
Sign it. All right.
It's not me, it's probation. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you too, Judge.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. As I said, I can't speak about what happens in Georgia.